National Guard and other federal agencies on the streets of D.C. last night. As Caroline said during the briefing yesterday, they're involved in making some arrests, including for some bad hombres. The mayor of the District of Columbia has started to make comments, and she's done it off and on the whole way. Conciliatory comments towards the president, private negotiations and planning meetings with the administration, but also expressing what I'm sure is both her actual feelings and the need to appeal to the base of the Democratic Party and her constituents by expressing concern about the symbolism and the substance of a federal takeover of DC law enforcement. Here's the mayor last night in some sort of online town hall.
Relates to the president's ability to declare a public safety emergency. We do not believe that we are experiencing a crime spike or are in an emergency status. In fact, MPD has been doing the job with community and all of their partners in government to drive down violent crime in the District of Columbia. We have, in fact, experienced a 26% decrease, and that's on top of the 35% decrease we saw in violent crime last year. While we're not without our challenges, we take care of our own business and we take care of our own people. We don't live in a dirty city. We are not 700,000 scumbags and punks. We don't have neighborhoods that should be bulldozed. I'm also really ticked off about the intrusion on the district's autonomy and the characterization of the good work that we do in this city to make it beautiful, to have excellent services, to attract millions of tourists, to have a growing school system, to have a growing city with new residents showing up every day.
Okay, now the national media, political media, a lot of it based in Washington, is out of its mind. And they continue to fight with the administration. Elizabeth Bumiller of the New York Times, truly one of the best reporters in Washington, I'd say in the last 50 years. She's an incredibly good reporter. But I have to take respectful issue here. And I'm making her the spokesperson, not just for the liberal media, but for all the people in Washington who have lost their minds regarding quibbling with the president over statistics, rather than recognizing what they could walk around their newsroom and ask people who won't walk out at night with their kids and who have been robbed and carjacked. Here is Elizabeth Bumiller of the New York Times on Morning Joe.
I mean, right now, I think a lot of this is just it's very good television for the president. And his description of Washington as this, as one of my colleagues at the Times called it, this sort of, this Mad Max hellscape with marauding gangs and violence everywhere, is just completely out of proportion with the reality. Yes, there's crime here, but it's down. And I think right now, last night we saw these troops on the mall around the monuments. There was nothing for them to do. They were taking pictures of themselves with visitors and with tourists. They hung around for about 2 hours and then they went back. It's very, very striking. And right now, again, they're not supposed to be arresting anyone. And it's unclear exactly, as you said, what they're going to do. They're going to...
Dan, what is the status of this operation substantively and politically?
Well, I think substantively, the show of force, obviously, I believe, deters crime. I mean, you just think twice if there's a bunch of Marines or soldiers, National Guards with guns, you're kind of like, let's move on. So I think it does just give the perception of calm and safety, and that's important. I think the politics of it, as you said, is unfortunately the Democratic Party is falling into the trap of, look, I share the frustration, as I tweeted, that Trump described DC as Mogadishu. Like, it is not. But crime is a problem. People do not feel safe. That is not a partisan comment. Like, I go back to so many friends when I just call them to say, like, hey, how you doing? How are your kids? Like, whatever. They say, man, it's changed. Like, even in some of the nicest neighborhoods.
Dan, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but stipulate it. We all know it's true. So, right. Of course it's true. Everyone we know knows it. So,
and so what I just don't understand is I think where the Democrats have an opportunity is to say, okay, then what? So you have the National Guard for 30 days. Maybe they get another extension for another 30 days.
Yes, although Democrats in the Senate are talking about blocking it already.
Which is just stupidity.
And that's the way the law works, by the way. I said yesterday I didn't know.
No, actually, hold on.
Congress has to vote to extend it.
No. So just to be clear, the MPD, the Metropolitan Police Department, the president has 30 days to address them. He has complete and utter control of the National Guard.
Yeah, that piece
that he has 100%.
But I think that where the party has an opportunity is to do two things. One, again, then what? So we want to put, 100,000 cops, totally ironic because that was Joe Biden's idea in the 90s. But the second thing is, why aren't we talking about cities other than Washington, D.C.? Miami has crime problems, New Orleans, St. Louis. We heard about Kansas City. So kind of smoke Trump out. If he's really concerned about urban violence, let's go look at a lot of other cities. But instead, they hate the guy so much that they have to pull their hair out that he's Hitler and authoritative. And again, to me, this is like immigration. The public stops hearing you.
Yeah.
They just tune you out.
Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip. And you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.